Hello, Bit Queens. Welcome to another interesting training session. This is one of those events we hold every week where we share with you knowledge, tools, information, insights about blockchain technology and all the opportunities that are available and how you can leverage it. Welcome, ladies, to another episode. You're welcome, Karo. You're welcome, Oge. You're welcome, Ruka. Welcome, Laura. Thank you, everyone, for always making out your time to be here. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's past 8 p.m. West African time here from my own time zone. And I'm happy we're able to join from different parts of the world. Yes, so if you're not aware, the Bitcoin halving event happened yesterday. And so if you're just learning about it, Bitcoin halving is an event that happens approximately every 4 years. When the rewards that Bitcoin miners receive gets cut in half, right? So it's part of how Bitcoin was coded or how it was designed by the creator or creators of Bitcoin, that is Satoshi Nakamoto. So the idea is to create a kind of currency, a digital currency that becomes scarcer and scarcer with time, right? Just mimicking the way precious metals like gold is created, right? Or is mined, as it were. So this happens every 4 years. So there is a reward that miners get. Who are the miners? These are people who validate transactions on the blockchain network, in this case for the Bitcoin network. They are those that provide decentralization, keep the networks secure. So because of all this value that they provide, and these miners, they don't just do it by sitting idle. They have big computers, that are doing these mining activities that provide decentralization, that provide security. So they consume enormous amount of electricity to be able to do that. They put in their time, they have huge mining farms across the globe. And so what better way to incentivize them to continuously keep the integrity of the system? Because if you have someone work for you and you don't incentivize them, there's a likelihood that they're going to change the goalpost. And so that incentive they get is what helps them maintain the integrity. They themselves cannot change anything or manipulate any information or data, because it's not just them. You have millions of them. And the truth is that if I'm a miner and you are a miner, we may not even know that both of us are mining. So it brings so much decentralization into the system. And so for every 10 minutes, a new block is added. In case you're wondering what a block is just like a collection of different transactions that go onto the Bitcoin network almost every second. And so what happens is that these transactions are packaged together in a block. And once those transactions within that block are verified, it gets added to the previous blocks that have been created in the past, from the inception when the first transaction ever happened on the Bitcoin network. So you have blocks of transactions in form of chains on the Bitcoin network. So each 10 minutes, that's the approximate time it takes to create a new block. So for every miner that successfully creates a new block is rewarded with a certain amount of Bitcoins. From the inception, that is 2009, miners were receiving 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes for every successfully created block that is added to other blocks. So the first halving happened 2012. So by the first halving, the reward that the miners received got cut in half. So instead of receiving 50 Bitcoins, they started receiving 25. Then came the second halving, which happened around 2016. The 25 Bitcoins were now cut into 12.5 Bitcoins. So every 10 minutes from 2016 till about 2020, miners were receiving 12.5 Bitcoins. Now, by 2020, another halving event happened, and that 12.5 got cut in half again to 6.25. So miners started receiving 6.25 Bitcoin. Now we're in 2024, and the event happened yesterday, a little more than 1 a.m. UTC, right? That should be around 2 a.m. West African time. And so from this new one now, miners now receive 3.125. So you see how that gets cut in half. So what's the implication for the Bitcoin community, for the entire blockchain community, in fact, for the entire crypto community? It shows that the scarcer an asset is, the more valuable it becomes. Just like gold, as the years pass by, it becomes more difficult to mine gold. That same idea is what we have in blockchain. So that's one of the implications. And so when a Bitcoin halving happens, it means that the coins that are getting into the market or into the system also reduce, right? So, and because of the scarcer quantity of Bitcoins entering into the market, the value jumps. And this event also triggers what we call the bull run. That is a time when we have sustained increase in the price of Bitcoin for a period of time. And guess what? This also affects other cryptocurrencies. They are called altcoins. All other coins that are not Bitcoin are called altcoins. So you begin to see sustained increase in price. That's when investors, traders, are having exciting times, and people who have been holding on to some tokens or some projects for some time, it does transfer. That effect is felt across the entire crypto space and crypto community. So it's also important because this shows that Bitcoin is maturing, and that will also attract the attention of traditional investors, people who are more into traditional investments, and even companies like BlackRock, like all these big corporations. They are becoming more interested. So it shows that this is an asset that people can trust, and it has potentials to hold value, to become a store of value. Because think of our fiat currencies. Our governments can print them endlessly, and they continue to lose value. But you have a situation where an asset continuously sustain value, become a store of value, and even increase in value. So it's such a huge thing that happens within the blockchain space. It's monumental, it's exciting, it provides us the opportunity to learn more, to believe more, for mass adoption. And so it's one of those things that we hope that women in our community understand, get deeper insights on, and of course, continuously learn and adapt as the space evolves. So it was an exciting celebration. I was happy, I was reading up, excited about it and all that. And I'm happy we shared that information with us in our community. So thank you, ladies, for being here. We'll be back again next Sunday, 8 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. GMT. And you can cross-check that with your own time zone to make sure that you are here in good time. Let's continue the conversation in our community. Bye.